So tonight I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna get our fire going with some regular wood instead of the charcoal wood or just regular charcoal. And I'll start putting together the food that we're gonna make tonight, which is gonna be some grilled chicken, grilled sweet potatoes, and I'm going to put some Brussels sprouts in an iron skillet over the fire, and then season that all with a little bit of salt and pepper, oil, keep it real simple. We like to try and eat as healthy as we can out here on the road. And yeah, gonna make it all over the fire tonight, so it should be fun. So right now I'm getting the fire going. I use these little cubes that are actually made for starting in the chimney over here for the coals and things like that. But I use that to get my log fires going just as well, because it burns for a really long time and it doesn't leave any kind of chemical residue or anything like that on the wood. So I like to use those because it's easier than me getting a bunch of kindling and things like that together. So I use one of these electric lighters. It actually works pretty good, believe it or not. I have a couple butane lighters as well, and lighter fluid lighters, but I like this because it's a USB rechargeable and it's got a flashlight so I can see what I'm doing. So I haven't had any issues with it yet, but you know, to each his own with that. All right, so go ahead and let this get going. Got the dogs out here with me, Jackson and Harley. Gonna get some music on, break open a bottle of wine. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop up these sweet potatoes here and get them ready for the grill. What I like to do is cut them at a bias so they have a larger cooking surface, and also cut them a little bit thicker just so that they don't slide in between the grates of the grill. Otherwise you're gonna lose all your potatoes. Plus, they look nicer when they're cut at a bias like this anyways, as opposed to cutting them straight on. So what I'm gonna do is just finish slicing up these sweet potatoes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and actually microwave them for about 8 to 10 minutes to get them a little softer, so that way they cook up easier on the grill. Otherwise they'll end up burning on the outside before they're actually done on the inside. It's kind of one of the little tricks I learned along the way. End up microwaving vegetables and things like that take a little longer to cook, starchy vegetables especially. So we'll get these cut up, put just a little bit of water on them, put a lid over them, but don't actually seal it to lock in some of the steam, and microwave these for 9 minutes, and then we'll get them out on the grill. I'm going to season them with a little bit of coconut aminos, some of that all-purpose seasoning that I showed you in my first video. This stuff's really good, I swear by it. And put a little bit of oil on there and it'll be ready to go. And we're also going to do our frozen Brussels sprouts, which are already part cooked. So these are going to cook up real quick with a little bit of oil and salt and pepper, and then our chicken with a little bit of S&P and oil. It's ruined. So unfortunately tonight I will not be cooking over wood. I had to switch it over to coals because the camp host came by and told me that I wasn't allowed to use wood, which I probably should have had already guessed that, considering we're still in California and they're real picky about that kind of thing out here, especially when everything around you is so dry and it hasn't rained in months and things like that. So I mean, I got the hose here ready to go in case there was an issue, but whatever, I understand. So I went ahead and switched it over to coals, and I got everything going now. We got our hot coals going, they're all ready to go, and then I got my iron skillet here. It's nice and hot, so we're going to go ahead and add the Brussels, the sweet potatoes, and the chicken on the grill and get all that cooked up. So I get a little bit of oil squirted on there. Don't want any issues with sticking. Although my iron skillet is so well seasoned at this point, I could basically cook eggs in it and have no issues. A little wipe on the grates, just to clean them up a bit. A little bit of water and oil. So I'll be cooking all my chicken on one side and have my iron skillet on the other. So I can more evenly cook the chicken. That iron skillet is hot and ready to go. Normally I do half raw Brussels sprouts, but since we knew we were going to be boondocking for 2 weeks, I wanted to go ahead and go with the frozen. That way we could keep them in our freezer and they wouldn't go bad before we had a chance to use them. Now, I add a little bit of the cocoa aminos to the Brussels sprouts because I really like the way the flavors go together. Plus, it helps add a little bit of color and caramelization. Right now we're just trying to get some nice color on the first side of the chicken, and then letting the Brussels sprouts go a little bit, get some color on them. That iron skillet is scorching hot, so I know it's going to cook those Brussels sprouts up real nice. Tonight we're listening to a little bit of Coltrane and enjoying a nice bottle of red wine. Murphy's Good. It's a California blend. Pretty good stuff. Right now you can hear the coyotes out there howling. The night sky. They don't come around the RV any, but you know they're out there. There's actually a lot more people here at the RV park now. It's kind of dark out there now, but yeah, there's a lot more people out here now because of the Labor Day weekend. Smell delicious. Go ahead and give this chicken a turn. Oh yeah, that's turned out real nice. With all of this cooking, I try to make sure that everything comes out at the same time. So with the sweet potatoes, because I microwaved them ahead of time to steam them essentially, they're gonna come out a little faster than they normally would, or a lot faster than they normally would if I had just seasoned them and thrown them on the grill raw. You can see here I've got the Brussels sprouts right down in the coals and they're cooking up real nice. What's nice about this particular grill is that the mesh that holds the coals and the wood down in here is actually very strong. It's able to withstand the weight of this iron skillet and the coals that are down there as well, with no issues whatsoever. The grates themselves are rated for about 75 pounds, so won't ever have any issues with those. The whole design itself is aluminum, so it holds up real nice and it's easily taken down and moved around. Basically everything turned out just the way I was hoping. All the sweet potatoes got some nice color, chicken's all good, Brussels sprouts, they turned out real nice and crispy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put out the fire, go inside, listen to some music, enjoy the rest of our wine. Yeah, so I just finished up this dinner and we're gonna go inside and enjoy now. Our next stop Salton Sea. I'm gonna do some video recording out there of some of the stuff we're gonna get into. Hopefully some mountain biking, explore the desert area a little bit, maybe even do a little bit of 4x4ing in the truck. Obviously I'm gonna have to take the bike out of the back. Yeah, so Salton Sea. Check out some of my other videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, guys, just stay tuned for all the stuff that we're going to be doing. And hopefully you stay with us all the way to the end. End of our first stop of 142 stops across the United States. Be easy, guys. Bye.